Hello everyone, welcome back. In our last video, we claimed our 30-day trial workbook on Joule series and we did set up our Eclipse tool. So real enterprise ABAP development happens in an IDE like Eclipse and we also installed ADT plugin. That is nothing but ABAP development tools plugin which brings SAP backend development into Eclipse. It's more powerful, it integrates with local tools and it lets us use Joule, SAP's new AI assistants, right in our IDE itself. So in this video, let's do digital handshake. We are going to connect our local Eclipse to ABAP Cloud server that SAP just set up for us in the cloud. So this is where we will shift from browser user to a local IDE coder. Along with that, I will show you the feature inside Joule called Context Awareness, and then let Joule write our first transactional app using the wrap model. By the end of this video, we'll be having a working app which will be running. So let's jump in. So in our last video, we stopped at second step, right? So we'll continue from third step, that is to create an ABAP Cloud project in ADT. So it says it is now installed inside your Eclipse installation. You can start to create an ABAP Cloud project in ADT. For that, we need to use this URL. So this is the ABAP Cloud server which SAP is set up for. So we need to connect our local Eclipse to this ABAP Cloud server and start building. But before that, before we do handshake, we'll understand why Julian Eclipse is powerful and better than generic chatbot. Suppose if you just open ChatGPT in a browser and ask, like, write an ABAP select statement or whatever prompt, if you give, it might give you some code, but it doesn't know your project. Like, it doesn't know whether you are on S4HANA or using Cloud ABAP. It has no clue about your tables or views. So it just gives a generic answer. But Joule is different because of IDE Context Awareness. So I'll just explain theoretically in this video. We'll see the context awareness practically in our next video maybe. But when you integrate Joule with Eclipse, it actually reads your project metadata. For example, if you have a CDS viewer class open, Joule sees that it even knows your language version, be it ABAP Cloud or on-prem, and what objects you have recently used. When you type a question in the Joule chat, behind the scenes, it sends a context package with the question. Like, for example, in our case, it will be like, hey, this developer is in our trial workbook unit 2 using ABAP Cloud on a new trial instance. Here are the files is opened like that. So the AI then answers not from the scratch, but by analyzing our current working objects. So this context awareness means Joule can do things like propose the next line of code with high accuracy, and it's not hallucinating. It's using our actual code context. That's why we need Eclipse connected. So Joule inside Eclipse is like a self-aware copilot that knows our exact development environment. So in short, ChatGPT has no memory of your IDE, but Joule in EDT reads your open files and metadata, building a context package. So this is Joule's superpower in SAP development. Now let's do the handshake. So for that, I'll have my Eclipse open. So now I'm in Eclipse. I'm going to create a new ABAP Cloud project that connects to our BTP trial. So just need to click on this file and then new and click on ABAP Cloud project. Okay, then we need to enter the URL to the ABAP Cloud environment instance we just saw in the workbook. I'll just copy that URL and I'm pasting it here. Okay, once you paste, just click on next. So now on screen we can see Eclipse uh, gives this option open logon page in browser. Like, I'll just click on this. So it directly opened a browser to authenticate. This is the new secure way. Like, in older way, we would have downloaded a JSON service key from the BTP cockpit and paste it there. But now we skip that. Instead, just directly log into your BTP trial with the same credentials which you got before. Okay, after you click on continue, it's taking some time. So now it's saying uh, it's confirming that authentication successful. Close the browser and go back to Eclipse. So now if I go back to Eclipse, so you can see it has our BTP account info under, like it has the service instance URL which I just copied. If you see the URL is same, and even the user ID and all as the same user ID which I just logged in. So we are seeing the BTP cockpit account info. So now I'll just click on finish. So good that now we are connected. We didn't enter any service URL or password. That uh, we like it kind of directly logged in just by credentials and all. So that's how Eclipse talks to cloud without us typing a password manually in Eclipse. So you might be having doubt like how did Eclipse get into ABAP system without a password? Like two things happened here. Like one is service key and principal propagation. Like when we started the trial in video, like first video, SAP created this service key first in the backend. Like it has the ABAP server URL and a secret like it took on. If you had used the old method, like you have to go to the BTP cockpit, open that ABAP service instance, and then you'll have an option to create a service key. Then you can download the service key with JSON file, which will be having client ID, client secret details, and all. So in the past versions of ADT, you would load the JSON to connect. But now, because we choose this open logon page and browser option, so it just logged in via browser. Eclipse automatically retrieved that steps for us. Like we never had to see it. Eclipse did the work behind the scenes. So in real time also we will use something like principal propagation, like the trust chain. So in real time when you logged into BTP in the browser, you got an authentication done via default identity provider, custom identity provider. Then the BTP system verifies and gives your identity through principal propagation. When Eclipse talks to the ABAP Cloud server, it forwards your identity. Then the sub account and ABAP systems are set up with trust. The ABAP system says this user is already authenticated by BTP's identity provider. Let him use Eclipse as the user with the permissions you have, right? So this means we never had to hard code a username or password in Eclipse. It's like just one time login, kind of single sign on. Like it uses a trust relationship so that we are ultimately logged into on-prem ABAP system as our like with our own identity. So this is very standard for modern clean core development. Like now everybody is using principal propagation, so we don't say passwords, we use these trusted connections. Main benefit is security. The ABAP backend only sees a valid token from BTP's XSUA, that is authentication service, and BTP controllers ensures that identity is ours. That's how we connect without a password. We are basically passing our identity from the browser into the ABAP backend, right? So now project is connected. Before we use Joule to generate code, let's understand what we are building, right? The ABAP RESTful application programming model. In RAP, any application you build will be having five layers. So that is our next part. That is this thing. Build an application using the ABAP RESTful application programming model. So we'll just click on overview. So they just divided RAP into five layers, that is database, tables, and core data services, and core data service behavior definition, and then we have service definition and service binding. So I'll just give you a high level overview on what are these. So first we have database table. So this is like the foundation, the actual table in the database that stores data. So this acts as our basement. So it pursues the data in backend, and then we have CDS view data model. So on top of the database table, we define a core data services view. This is our data model. So this uh, like we can shape which fields and joins. We can see like the blueprint, like it's like blueprint for the building. Okay, so then we have behavior definition, so which is nothing but where we can define business logic and also rules for what can be done, like whether create is allowed or edit is allowed, like all the CRUD operations, and determining calculations or validations. Like think of it as a brain of the object. Then we have service definition and service binding. So in service definition, we pick which parts of the model to expose. Like it's like choosing which rooms in your um, building to show to the outside world. Like we define an auditor service exposing certain CDS entities and all, like which entity to expose, so that Fiori end user or whoever will be using that validator service, they can call that specific entity. And then we have service binding. This is the bridge to the outside. Like it turns our ABAP service into a protocol like OData, and it publishes it. For example, an UI or external app can talk to it via that OData API. Okay. So in the old days, a ABAP developer might hand code all file layers one by one, but SAP emphasizes that the pillars like this database, logic, UI remain separate, right? Like we have to keep it separate. What's new in uh, RAP is that these layers are more declarative and streamlined. Like, but conceptually, the separation is still the same. You still have data storage, business logic, and service API layer and all. For example, we are building an like imagine we are building an bookstore app. So I'll just give prompt in Joule, and we'll see that in later. But in that bookstore app, the bottom layer will be a Z table to store books, and next a root CDS we will model title, author, price, date, and all. Then behavior definition will say allow, create, and edit that kind of CRUD operations. Then service definition and binding will expose that via OData and generate a Fiori elements UI. So the good news is we don't have to code these by hand. Jules wizard will generate them all for us: CDS, BDEF, service definition, binding in just about a minute. So let's switch to that. Let's give prompt to Joule and see like how it builds everything. Okay. So I'll just switch back to Eclipse, and then I'll just right click on my uh, project explorer. I'll create a new project in my favorite package. And just click on new and then ABAP package. And here we have to give specific names because most of the people will be using this. So I will just give Sunday Agentic SAP 6. Okay, then in description I'll just write Joule bookstore project. Okay, then I will just click on next, and next again. So it just kind of asking for a new transport request. So some options are disabled. I'll just click on finish. It's taking time to create a project. So now if you can see the left panel, you will be able to see the project which I just created now. So you can see the description also, Joule bookstore project. So I'll just right click on this and click on this generate ABAP repository objects. So this is the Joule code generator. So then in the wizard, we need to choose ABAP RESTful application programming model or data UI service from scratch, and just click on this. So then click on next, next again. So now we see a panel on the right. So this is the Joule chat integrated into the wizard. So on the left, we will fill out some fields and Joule can help. So I'll give the project name as Z Bookstore. Give it as Agentic SAP. Okay. Then in the prompt box, let's type a clear business requirement. So I will type create a bookstore application. Fields like title, author, price, and all. I will also say use the suffix agentic, agentic SAP for all names. Then I'll just enter. So I'm just asking it to create a bookstore application with those fields like book title, author, price, and published date. Then just putting my stamp like suffix agentic SAP, and I'll see like what Joule will suggest. See now, if you see, Joule is ready with its proposal, like it says, it changed suffix, like it is suggesting that we will use underscore ag, and it also suggests some fields. So, like I was talking about the context awareness earlier, like about used objects. So this is what I was talking about. Like it will know all the versions and the files which I have opened. So based on that, it will take the context and work on that. So now it is proposing bookstore as an entity and technical types. Like I didn't mention anything about price, but it by default added CURR for price currency, and then uh, you know we can see published date also, and it even handles the suffix we asked for. Like then I'll just click on accept to confirm. Okay, then I think I just need to click on next. Okay, so see now look at this panel. Joule just created a table, CDS, root views, business object layer, business object projection, business service layer, like everything I was talking about, the all the five layers which I was talking, like CDS, database table, service definition, service binding, behavioral definition, metadata extension, everything Joule just created in 1 minute, right? So I'll just click on next and I'll click on finish. If I just open that project again, see you can see core data services. You can see everything got loaded here, and everything is with suffix underscore ag. So now we have all the things ready. I'll just let's just activate or publish our service. So I'll just I open the service binding. I'll click on publish now. I think this will start the auditor service. Okay, now my auditor service is published. I'll just click on preview. See, directly directed me to browser, we'll see like how our application got generated. See there it is, our live SAP Fiori elements list report for bookstore app. So I'll just click on create. We'll create one record also. I'll type bookstore ID as SAP and title as uh, can we keep, I'll give like Agentic SAP, then other secret agent, price I'll keep 1000, and we have an option to choose currency also. I'll just type INR, enter, then I'll click on publish date as today. And we have this draft feature also, like if somebody left their uh, work in between and when they came back, they can start from where they left. So that is how we are going to use draft feature. So if I just click on create, see it worked. Our record got added. So we have CRUD operations enabled on our bookstore data and we didn't type any code. Incredible, right? Like we acted as an architect, defining what we need, and Joule acted as like senior developer. Like the ABAP system now has a working app, and we learned how the wrap model pieces fit together and all. So we have our bookstore app ready and learned how RIP model pieces fit together. So you guys can also try connecting your Eclipse to your trial and let Joule generate your own app. In the comments, let me know how many seconds did Joule take to generate your objects. In our next video, we'll use Joule's explain feature to have it walk through and teach us the code it just wrote. So we truly learn the RIP internals. If this digital handshake and steps to create bookstore app helped you, please like, subscribe to Agentic SAP, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.